Night Shyamalan Split villain originally debuted in Unbreakable, reveals Night Shyamalan revealed Kevin Wendell Crumb was originally set to debut in his 2000 superhero drama. Crumb wouldn't be introduced till many years later in Shyamalan's 2017 hit psychological horror film, Split, which focuses on a man with 23 distinct personalities who kidnaps a trio of teenage girls in order to serve them as an offering to an impending 24th personality, the Beast. That film would end up being an unannounced sequel to, and now Shyamalan looks to close the trilogy with his upcoming superhero thriller, Glass. Starred Bruce Willis as David Dunn, a security guard who discovers he possesses superhuman capabilities after being aided by a disabled comic fanatic, Elijah Price, Samuel L. Glass Jackson, better known as Mr. Dunn remains in denial about his genetic advantages for most of the film, but with assistance from his son, Joseph Dunn, Spencer Treat Clark, he realizes it was no coincidence he chose protection as a form of occupation. Once he comes to terms with his powers, Dunn uses his abilities to sense that a co-worker of his has done something wrong and begins to follow them home. Now, Shyamalan has made it known that Dunn could have followed Crumb at a certain point in the film. During an interview with Vulture, Shyamalan revealed that Crumb was intended to debut in Unbreakable. He mentions how that portion of the narrative was left out due to wanting to focus more on developing Dunn and his family. Shyamalan felt that by introducing Crumb, the stakes would have been raised, and once that is done it can't be undone. When asked about Split being connected to, Shyamalan answered with the following: that was always the idea. Originally and Split were together. David and the Horde bump into each other at the train station, and David follows him. With Glass set to arrive later this month. One has to wonder how different this film could have played out if Crumb did debut all those years ago. Luckily, Dunn and Crumb will get to face off in Glass, and it's even more intriguing now that it appears to have been in the making for several years. Since, Shyamalan's career has taken several interesting turns, some better than others. Many fans have speculated whether Shyamalan had lost his touch, but he made a triumphant return with Split, as the film was one of his better-received projects in recent memory. Glass will unite the two movies and serve as the supposed concluding chapter in the Eastrail 177 trilogy, but the film's opening weekend could lead to a change of plans. Was a movie far ahead of its time, and now after years of waiting, fans will get to see a follow-up that hopefully ends the trilogy on a high note. However, there is a universe waiting to be explored, but leaving fans begging for more is probably what's best for business. Perhaps the most interesting thing about this entire situation is that Shyamalan has a chance to prove his critics wrong and solidify himself as one of the best filmmakers in the past 20 years. Source: Vulture.